Hello, everyone. My name is Jesus Carrillo. I'm the Director of Membership for the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Colorado, and I'm really happy today to welcome a couple of our members, members who are not only a vital part of our community, our business community, but also a vital part to our state of Colorado. We've been talking about a new way of starting a business and getting that registered in the state. We've been talking about this on our daily radio show, and we've been sharing this on our social media and newsletter, just to make sure that our members know what this is all about. If you guys remember in the past, we had a certain way of getting our business started, right? But the new this new digital era is also bringing new solutions and new ways for businesses to engage with each other, to start their business, to develop themselves and grow their business. But everything has a beginning, and that is, and here in Colorado, is getting that business registered. Today we're going to talk with both Gary Zimmerman, who is the Senior Director of Programs for the Secretary of State, and Manny Lopez del Rio, who is the Director of Public Engagement for the the Office of the Secretary of State. So I'm going to welcome them in because they have a lot more information to share with all of you guys, and they're going to make it a lot easier, seriously, a lot easier for all of us to understand how to utilize this amazing web app. Manny, on. Let's make sure that you hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. It's a little bit choppy at the beginning, but I think I can hear you well.
Awesome. Well, welcome. I just want to say welcome to our Hispanic Chambers social media platforms. This is a good way for us to communicate with many of our members, but not just the members of the chamber, but also members of our community all across the state. And today we want to welcome you. Also want to welcome Mr. Gary Zimmerman. Welcome to our social media platforms. It's a good way, as I was explaining, to reach out to all the community and also members of our chamber. But today we're going to talk about something that you guys have. This is I want to say, you guys have been working for a while. To me, is the new way of getting registered and doing it I want to say, one of the fastest way to get your business started.
Yes, absolutely. No, we're very proud of what's gone into this project, MyBiz Colorado, and like you said, it makes it way easier to start a business and make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row when you want to start a business.
Well, I know that it is. It might be easier for some than others, but the truth is that I tried this app and it's so intuitive. It's so easy to navigate. And honestly, the nice thing about it too is that it's not only bilingual, but also it's full of links with information. So if you have any question, the website actually has answers to those questions that you may have when starting the business and getting that registered. But before we get into this app, because I want to make sure that I can also show them on the screen so they can see what the page looks like, where they can go, and also where they can get more answers to their questions about this new about the MyBiz Colorado. Can you please tell us a little more about what is MyBiz Colorado?
Absolutely. So MyBiz Colorado is a web-based system that allows you to get your business off the ground. It's a way for you to be able to interact with the necessary state agencies for you to get all your paperwork done in just one place and get your business up and running. Some of these state agencies include the Office of the Secretary of State, the Department of Revenue, and the Department of Labor. And we also have a lot of inputs and guidance from the Office of Economic Development and the Office of Information Technology. And we have here Gary, who's one of the architects of the program. So he's the technician. He's the person that knows the program in and out. So I'm really glad to have him here because we can really get into the nitty gritty of what MyBiz Colorado really is.
Well, thank you, Manny, and glad to be here, Jesus. Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, I did want to comment. We started working on this project in 2017, and it was really a cross-governmental agency project, but it was initiated by former Governor and now Senator John Hickenlooper, who very much like like the secretaries of state, the current Secretary of State and those that preceded her, would travel around the state of Colorado talking to businesses and prospective business owners, and would hear from many that the complications of getting their business started was an impediment for some entrepreneurs. Not the entrepreneurs that had big funding from venture capital firms and investment banks and had teams of lawyers and CPAs, but more so the people who were just getting started in their business careers. So we're very proud of the partnership that we have with the other agencies that literally make it so easy to start your business that you can do the basics from your smartphone. And you can not only do it in English, but if more comfortable, you can do it in Spanish. So it's really been a great boon to business in Colorado. And the proof of the pudding is that we've had this application in sort of its primitive early form all the way through how it exists today for almost, about 2.5 years. And there are about 52,000 businesses that have started in Colorado that are utilizing this service. We think it's great for the business community. We also think it's great for the people who have jobs through those many small businesses that have gotten started with MyBiz Colorado. So greatly appreciate you having us today.
No, thank you, and please join us in the next. I want to say in the next couple of shows that we will have in the future to create some tutorials to show people how it's done. I think it's really important that we utilize these platforms, social media, YouTube. I mean, you name it. I think we need to make use of this technology to reach out to the communities for them to really learn how to use these tools. And I remember before MyBiz, it was a little more. It was more of a directory, right? To where to go. You will complete your application. You will be registered. You will register your name and your business with the Secretary of State. But then you will have to go to these different websites, to these different agencies to register your business. Now it's all in one. It's only one. It's amazing. Apparently it only takes about 15 minutes to complete the process, and just about. And I also learned that you received an award for this.
We did from the Center for Digital Government, which is a national organization that recognizes excellence in digital tools. So we were their award winner in 2019, which was most gratifying. It not only was nice to have the recognition for an awful lot of hard work, but it also provided some publicity that helped us, like what you're doing today, get the word out to our various communities far and wide in Colorado.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to put this on the screen just so people can see what it looks like. Again, really easy. All you have to do is go to this site right here. What's the website name? Let me see. MyBiz.Colorado.gov. MyBiz.Colorado.gov. This is the website you want to go to, and it's really easy. I mean, all you have to do is just click start. If you haven't registered, it takes a little bit of time, and I see a couple of questions will pop up before you start the process, right?
Correct. Yes, it's 3 main questions. And depending on how you answer those 3 main questions, the site will create a path for you to be able to fill out and complete all the necessary paperwork.
Perfect. I mean, we are going to share this with our membership. We are going to find other ways to share this with our community. Make sure that they know where to go, and hold them by the hand, show a couple of them. I know that it's so intuitive. They're going to learn really fast on how this system works, because we believe as a chamber, we really think that this is really, really important for businesses to start the right way, to start their business the right way. We say in Spanish, empezar con el pie derecho, with the right foot. So this is what we're going to do with our community. Make sure they know. And also, if you allow us to share some of your tutorials, we will do that as well on our social media and our newsletter. Another question I have is that I understand we are working as a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Secretary of State. We're working together on this, helping individuals learn more about MyBiz Colorado. Can you please tell us why should the members of the Hispanic Chamber be interested on this?
Yeah, I'll take a stab at it, Gary, if it's okay.
Sure.
So the chamber and the Secretary of State's office in MyBiz Colorado have had a long-standing relationship, and it is through this relationship that we can really improve the way that we provide services and that we build our systems. The nuances and the verbiage that the Hispanic Chamber helps us provides for us really helps us provide a customer experience that is better fitted and better tailored to the Hispanic community. The Chamber has helped us create a great amount of content that helps us better inform the community, and we couldn't do it without the Chamber. They're an invaluable partner.
No, thank you. And same here. You guys are part of our family too. And the doors of our chambers are always open to you, to your office, to the Secretary of State. What kind of services are available at MyBiz Colorado? I know we've been talking about these multiple agencies and having everything under one roof, pretty much everything in one place. What are some of these different services available on MyBiz Colorado?
Sure, I'll jump in, Jesus. So really the services that are built into MyBiz Colorado today are the ability, as you showed on the initial screen, to register your business as well as your trade name through the Secretary of State's office. And I do want to point out, not every business in Colorado is required by law to do that. If you have employees and you're selling goods and services, then yes, you are generally required by law to file with the Secretary of State's office. But even if you're not required by law, and in most cases it would be if you have like a home business, if you're making prepared foods, or you're providing a service and there's very small dollars involved in it, you may not be required to do it. But in a lot of cases, we recommend that businesses do register with the Secretary of State's office because there's protections in it. If you have a name for your business and you have a trademark that you use to denote your business and differentiate it from competitors, by registering with the Secretary of State's office, you have a legal protection that keeps your identity different than businesses that might be competing with you, or in some cases trying to steal your identity. That's the Secretary of State's part of it. The other part of it with the Department of Revenue is your sales tax license, which is required for actually fairly nominal revenue levels. And then finally, employee wage withholding and unemployment insurance, which goes through the Department of Labor and Employment. So you're basically doing one-stop shopping across 3 very large state agencies. And if you're a first-time business owner, that can be intimidating to anybody. So what we've endeavored to do, and the chamber, the Hispanic Chamber, has been invaluable in our learning, is we've listened to first-time business owners before they create their business and after they've created their business, and asked them, what can we do to make this easier? And the direction that we got in a resounding way was, don't make me go shopping at 3 large agencies where I may need to wait in line, I may need to submit paperwork, I may need to take time off of my day job if I'm starting something on the side, or leave my kids at home. Let's bring it online and simplify it to the greatest extent possible. Jesus, I also think that it's worth mentioning that this isn't the solution for every business and every aspect of the regulatory compliance for a new business. We will be looking to add services over the years, but right now, if you're involved in a profession, if you're a medical doctor or an engineer or a beautician or a plumber, there are requirements that you have a professional license in the state of Colorado through the Department of Regulatory Agencies. Someday, we hope to integrate that into MyBiz Colorado. But for now, what MyBiz Colorado will do will help your members get started with the basics so they can be up and running in a legal and compliant way.
No, and I think it's important to know that understanding that you guys are doing anything and everything possible to make it easier for folks to get their business started. I think that's really important because it's not just the fact of just getting a license and uh, and start selling a product or a service, but it's also having a way to track. Because I know you guys have that too, a way to track all the paperwork that is done, right? All this information that eventually, at one point in the future, banks are going to require, whether it's a business loan or it's access to capital or even getting approved to offer a product or service. That many times they go to your site and they check, one, to see if the business is registered properly, two, if the name of the business matches, and if they're up to date, if they're not delinquent. I think that is also key to know that you guys are doing everything that is necessary for businesses to start their dream. I want to say their American dream for many, but also to do it the right way and to do it fast, to do it efficiently. I remember the days of having to go to these offices and having to stand online, right, and wait until for your turn. And many times they will tell you, well, you know what, you have to come back. You're either missing a document or there's something else that you need to bring in. Now it's a lot easier for people to have this way of accessing your office. And basically what you're doing is you're turning the table around and giving them access to you, where they can take their time to bring in anything they need to get registered, because they can stop, right? They can pause this application and come back to it whenever they have the documentation necessary to continue with the process.
You're absolutely right, Jesus. And one thing that I'd like to add, the agencies that are partnering that created MyBiz Colorado, there are several of them, and I think we may have mentioned them earlier, but I do want to shine a light on the Office of Economic Development and International Trade. When people think about economic development, a lot of times they think about what they see in the media about some new corporate headquarters that is coming to the state, and they're going to establish hundreds of new jobs. Well, yes, the Office of Economic Development does that, and it's fantastic that they do that. But they also have a division called the Small Business Development Centers. We call them SBDCs for short, and they can be found at coloradosbdc.org. And what the SBDCs do is they provide resources beyond just their regulatory compliance. So as an example, if you have a member that is starting their very first small business, and maybe they make the best cupcakes that anybody's ever made, but perhaps they haven't started a business before. You can go to the SBDCs and get things like free business consulting. They will help your members develop a business plan. They will help them understand what they need to do to apply for an SBA loan or a commercial bank loan. They'll give them coaching on how to recruit and interview an employee or employees if they're looking to grow. So MyBiz Colorado will take care of the compliance side to get up and going, but we also have links to a lot of other resources that the state of Colorado offers. And one that I would heartily recommend to your members and anybody listening today is coloradosbdc.org. It's a wonderful resource for people that are looking to start their first business.
Yeah, no, and one thing that I would add, Gary, is that I think a tool like this and the resources that you mentioned are a fantastic tool in these times. One of the things that we see is that when a lot of people start being displaced from work, kind of like we are right now, maybe you're working less hours, maybe you've been furloughed. We see a big uptick in the creation of businesses. So I can't think of a better tool to have right now to really kind of keep that income coming, start your business, and really pursue your dream than MyBiz Colorado. We're very fortunate that you and the team have put this together.
Now we know that this is kind of like the new way. Remember back in the when we said the internet was the future. Well, is our everyday thing, right? And I believe that every day we're trying to do something either innovative or even easier or more efficient for people to use our products and services when it comes to business. But there's another thing that also I want to say can create some concerns, and one of them is the cybersecurity. How secure is this app? How secure is this app when it comes to any like cyber attacks, or what are some of the things that you can explain to us so that we can feel I want to say better about using this app online?
Okay, I'll jump in. So, great question, Jesus, because we absolutely agree. And the day's news are often punctuated with news of data leaks and cyber attacks, both in the business community and in government. We have been partnered with the Governor's Office of Information Security since day one. It's part of the Office of Technology that's part of the governor's administration. So since the inception of MyBiz Colorado, we have been sort of under their protective umbrella, and MyBiz Colorado employs the absolute highest standards that minimize security-related risks. And I'm proud to say, and by saying this publicly, it may attract some unnecessary attention from the hacker community, but we have had suffered not a single data leak or security lapse in the 2.5 years that MyBiz Colorado has been operating. So we're very confident in the world-class cybersecurity standards that we employ.
That is great to know. That's good to know, Gary. Thank you so much for letting us know. Again, this is only a part of what we call a series of videos that we want to share with our membership, with our business community in Colorado. We all share, I want to say, as Hispanics, many of us share the same thing as many other great businessmen in Colorado, which is the entrepreneurial spirit. And we want to continue nurturing that spirit so they can meet their goals, their objectives, and make that dream a reality, that American dream a reality of starting their own business. Thank you so much. We look forward to have you here in the future. Again, we've been telling people about MyBiz Colorado. We've been sharing with them the news that is now bilingual. But now we want to let you guys know too that we're going to have a series of tutorials so we can take you step by step on how to utilize it. And also, please help us share this great news with other people that you know, all the other individuals that may need this new MyBiz. Oh, this MyBiz.Colorado.gov to start their new business. Anything else you'd like to add to before we leave?
Just a heartfelt thank you, Jesus. We're so grateful to our partnership with the Hispanic Chamber and all you do for the business community and what you're doing to help out the Office of the Secretary of State.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Please send our best regards to the entire team on behalf of our president and CEO Mike Ferrafino, our chairwoman of the board, Sofia Aguilar, on behalf of all the staff. Trust me, you have fans. You have Raven fans on this side of the of our offices now remotely, but now understanding that you guys continue to work really hard for a business community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was a quick look into a quick view of what MyBiz.Colorado.gov is. Let me just show you again before we leave the website that you can go to start your own business, to help others to start their own business. Really easy, really simple. One of the fastest way to get your business started. My name is Jesus Carrillo, and until next time, thank you.